Are you sick and tired of having those skinny, measly looking, sans looking from under tail ass shoulders? And you want to build 3D delts? You want to build Boulder shoulders like Garo from One Punch Man? The hero killer, the hero assassin? And you're tired of all the bullshit advice that they give you on YouTube by those shitty fitness influencers that are always trying to sell you some garbage meal plan or some arbitrary workout plan that doesn't actually help you achieve your goal? You want to hear it from someone that used to have skinny bone looking shoulders but has built 3D delts himself? Well, look no further, because I am here.
Have no fear, students. Because I am here.
I went from having skinny shoulders to having 3D delts, and it just fell under these two simple things that you can start implementing today. And if that sounds like you and you're interested, then this video is for you, and let's dive right into it. Took that tight ass shirt off. But anyways, the first concept that I want to talk to you about before we get into the juicy stuff, like what exercises to do and what's the proper form. And without this principle, you're not going to see much gains at all. And if you do see some kind of gains, it's not going to be as good with this principle. And if you have been watching my recent videos, you know what I'm about to say, and that is lean bulking. What is lean bulking? In case you haven't watched my recent videos, which you should, lean bulking is basically whatever you know about bulking before watching this video. Unless you watch my recent videos, just forget about it. Going on a plus 500 caloric surplus, nah. You're gonna be gaining fat instead of just muscle by doing that, because that caloric surplus is too big, and that's what I have a problem with most of these fitness influencers. So lean bulking, what I'm telling you to do is, and what has worked for me, and remember, I don't know all about that science shit, so you should listen to me even more. I believe in simplicity. So lean bulking is you going on a slight caloric surplus, right? Slight meaning if you're a numbers guy, and there's no problem with that, it is a plus 200 caloric surplus to your maintenance. Whatever your weight is right now, I want you to find out what the maintenance calories you have are. And there's like body weight calculators, calorie calculators. And after you find that, I want you to add plus 200 to that. It's as simple as that. Let's say my maintenance calories are 2,300 pounds, which it isn't, by the way. I eat a lot. I would then add 200 calories to that. Yes, my star signs are Cancer, and this is coffee. Back to my point. I would add 200 calories to that. So I'd be eating 2,500. That would be my lean bulk. That's it. And now I would like to give you a bonus tip that not a lot of these fitness influencers tell you, and they won't tell you in plain English. And that is basically the best amount of protein that you can add per body weight is not 1 grams or 0.5 grams. Bro, if you're eating 0.5 grams of protein for your body weight, I feel sorry for you. But anyways, without all that science shit, the most optimal protein intake that you can take for your body weight is 0.8 grams. You don't want to be eating the same amount of protein for your body weight, right? That just doesn't make sense at all. I mean, just think about it from an objective point of view. Why would you want to do that? Just eat 0.8 grams of protein per body weight. That is the most optimal amount of protein that you want to eat. If you want the simplified version, my version, just eat a shit ton of protein. My goal is to help you get Boulder shoulders. So just eat a crap ton of protein. Don't eat it from those frozen box shitty meal products. Just eat a lot of whole red meats, if that's even a term. You get what I'm saying? Instead of you buying steak and frozen steak, like what the heck, like in those boxes, it's a different thing if it has that plastic wrap fling around it. Just buy the steak yourself and cook it yourself. There's something that is incredibly powerful that we all have in the palm of our hands. and that is the internet. Search up how to cook. And if you want me to make a cooking video because your boy can cook, let me know. And another tip that I'd like to give you is when looking for these ingredients, you do not want to make this mistake of buying processed foods. So how do you identify these processed foods? You do that by the 5-ingredient rule. The 5-ingredient rule is basically, if you cannot name 5 of the ingredients and understand them, you shouldn't fucking eat it, because you don't know what you're putting at that point. Like, what the fuck is red 40 doing in your chips or in your burgers? What the fuck? No, take that shit out and throw it in the garbage, or give it to a homeless guy. You know what? Don't even give it to the homeless guy, because he's worse off with it. Just burn that shit. Obviously. So we got the lean bulking out of the way. Now let's get into the exercise. Now, disclaimer, I did not do any particular shoulder exercise. What I did instead was compound exercises that would target my shoulders as a result. What do I mean by this, CJ? What the fuck do you mean? Basically, what I mean is when you do a compound exercise that targets your shoulders, like pull-ups, your shoulders are gonna blow up. Look at me. I didn't do any fucking... I barely did lateral raises, bro. I didn't even do shoulder press. So you want to do compound exercises. Now, what compound exercises can you do? Don't worry, I'll still give you a specific shoulder targeted exercise that hits all 3 heads of your shoulder. What I would start off with is doing push-ups, normal push-ups. It's as simple as that. You'll still hit the back deltoid and the frontal deltoid. For all you sciencey motherfuckers, the posterior deltoid. So it's gonna target the front and back of your deltoid. Simple as that. Just start doing push-ups. It can be close grip push-ups, it can be decline push-ups, but I'm assuming that you're just able to do push-ups. So just do normal wide grip push-ups. If you can't do push-ups, do kneeling push-ups. Can't do kneeling push-ups, do wall push-ups. Wall push-ups are too easy, do incline push-ups. This is a progression for everyone, so there's literally no excuse for you to start blowing up your shoulders. But now, let's say you're intermediate or you're advanced and you find that these push-ups aren't blowing up your shoulders as much anymore. Don't worry, I got you. Remember the exercise I told you about that hits all 3 heads of your shoulder? That is the pike push-up. It's the most goated bodyweight exercise on the planet in existence for targeting your shoulders. And the best thing is, you don't need any equipment. You don't need to go to a gym and do shoulder press. I'm not shitting on shoulder press. If you have weights, do shoulder press. But what I'm saying is, it mimics shoulder press. Or should I say, shoulder press mimics a pike push-up. You know, shoulder press, if you didn't know, hits all 3 heads of your shoulder. And let me put my coffee down. You're pushing it in an upward motion. When you're in a pike push-up, it's essentially the same, but you're putting most of your body weight onto your shoulders. So let's say you're in a crossroads. You can do push-ups and you find it easy, but you find it hard to do pike push-ups. You are gonna want to do pike holds. Pike holds is basically you get into a pike push-up position. I'll show you a photo. You want to get into that position, mimic that guy, and you just want to basically hold that position as long as you can. I'm not going to give you a time limit because the best way to make gains is to do a shit ton of reps, if not close to failure, or if not till failure. I'll make another video explaining why high reps build you a fuck ton of muscle, and I'll be using myself as an example. But back to the point, you want to do the pike hold. And once the pike hold gets easy, and trust me, it will get easy, you are going to want to then move on to the pike push-up. And now a tip that I would like to give you when I was testing out the pike push-up is the farther your hands are from your legs, like when your butt is tooted up, the easier it's going to be. The closer you move your hands to your butt, when it's tooted up, the harder it's gonna be. So adjust accordingly. Simple as that. You can start off farther and then work your way up to it. And since this exercise is very heavy on the shoulders, I like for you to aim into the 6 to 12 rep range. And once that gets easy, there's no shame in doing high rep pike push-ups. Now, how do we progressively overload this? You've heard of the term of progressive overload, basically adding more resistance to an exercise. With pike push-ups, you can just move on to handstand holds, put your feet up on the wall with your stomach facing. You're just gonna wanna start holding the handstand position from the wall. And then once that gets too easy and you're able to balance yourself, one tip when you are balancing yourself while doing the handstand, you're gonna wanna press onto your fingers, usually the thumb and the middle finger. But if you just want it simplified, just push these two fingers or your whole fingers. Focus on pushing on into your fingertips because that's how you're gonna balance. Once that gets too easy, bro, start doing wall push-ups. And sooner or later, you're gonna start looking like Goku doing handstand push-ups or like Baki. But yeah, and once the handstand wall push-up gets too easy, bro, just get a pair of parallettes and start doing handstands. That's how you progressively overload and build boulder shoulders. Do you need to do a shoulder-specific exercise to blow up your shoulders? No. I'm living proof of that. But if you want to take it to the next level, start doing pike holds, move on to pike push-ups, and then move on to handstand holds. And then from the handstand holds, move on to handstand wall-assisted push-ups. And then from that, you can start doing handstands without a wall, which is pretty cool as fuck. That's metal as fuck. And once that gets too easy, start doing handstand push-ups in the air, bro. And at that point, you're like a calisthenics athlete. Or go to those gym parks and start doing muscle-ups, bro. But that is all I have for you in today's video. If you liked this video, please show some love and support by liking my video. I would really appreciate it. It lets me know what videos are doing well. And if you have any suggestions for videos that you want me to cover that are fitness related, let me know in the comment section down below. There's no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing. Comment it down in the comment section down below and I will help you as best as I can in the videos that I make. So if not, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It supports me as a small content creator. And yeah, God bless. Hope you have an amazing day. And I hope that you start to build boulder shoulders. You will if you follow my advice in this video. Anyways, God bless. Mwah.